Okay.
You now just question
Yeah,
every article in the building.
Oh God. I sat on that without pants. Okay, she's gonna cast a Cure Critical Wounds.
Okay.
Ah, yes, your secret is safe with me. Ah, Slobber's really old wood.
32.
Slobbers might actually be Yggdrasil.
As you heal him for 32.
Yeah.
Much better. Oh,
And this giant tongue comes out and licks the side of Adoranna's face.
it tastes like goblin.
But that's what you get. Buttercup thinks the same.
Buttercup! Ah!
We gotta go and help them. Yeah, we gotta go and help them. Let's go. Come on.
Ah, yes, this way. Ah,
How fast does he move?
Do you want to drink rum later with slobbers?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, Slobbers only moves at 20. He's got stubby little legs.
I got Expeditious Retreat for him.
Nope, he internally drink. Oh wait. Yeah, he didn't prepare an expeditious retreat.
He apparently prepared a bunch of healing spells, thinking he might have got his shit blown off by an asshole.
He's indoors. He prepared an expeditious retreat instead of a endure almonds.
No, Slobbers has his own potions.
All right, let's go.
Slobbers study from Master's book. He also studies from your book when you leave it in the lab for me.
I'm glad. Good. You've got the things that I need then. Let's move.
Plus 39 to his roll to disguise himself as non-animate objects.
That's pretty pimp. That is really pimp. Holy cow! All right, let's hustle and bustle. Let's get this going.
Okay, so you guys go running through the sewers. You have actually no problem finding goblins.
Okay.
Adoranna wants to cast Barkskin on herself. Buttercup. Well, she'll cast Barkskin on everybody, basically.
Okay.
You got Barkskin for me?
Yeah.
She's a tree druid.
Slobbers will cast a barkskin when he sees that on himself.
He's going to do it on himself?
Yep.
Okay, so that saves her one.
He casts a bull strength on himself and a bull strength on Buttercup.
Ooh.
Strong doggy. How do you ingest his spells?
It's a tongue that
He
got a little
spits
pseudopod
at
comes
you.
out. And there's a little nozzle. If you zoom really into this artwork, there's a little nozzle, a little spigot right on his chin. It goes. It fills up.
That's... Oh.
Gross.
Oh, it's creepy.
Cast the bull strength on
You
herself.
drink my rum.
And it sounds like he's got all sorts of like liquid and jingling potions inside of him. Pseudopods do come out to manipulate things around him.
She casts bull strength on herself, too. That's nasty.
Give him the flu and see the horrible mess that he created.
Slobbers, come to find Midwick. Nax or Naxim in trouble.
How long ago was this?
Goblins have been attacking, but they've also been dancing and singing.
They're summoning something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You gotta hurry.
He's drinking as he goes.
Yeah, Slobbers is moving along with you. He's medium sized when he's in rum belly form.
Slobbers, barrel dash rum belly. Ha 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 ha.
Okay.
Just the looks on your faces are priceless. All right, he also seems to be pretty heavy because he's coming down hard with each with each footfall. 900 pounds.
Ugh.
All right, so you guys are running through the sewers. You're catching small war bands of goblins. I'm not going to spend time a bunch of 12 level characters with a 12 level character gun guy with 2 tents backing him up. Role playing this or like going through those combats. If that's okay with you, Roman.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, but you are spending bullets.
I'm using my bullets in my pouch.
Got it. So you've activated your pouch of.
Yeah.
If you do it that way, just so everybody's clear, the guns start empty.
Yeah, I do it. Yeah, so when I see a fight coming up, I have a bullet, and then I go.
So you walk around with your guns empty.
If I pull the bullets out, do the bullets disappear after 3 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, so I just can't go like pouring bullets out. Is what you're saying? Makes sense.
Right. You can't just pour bullets out and then be like, I have broken the bullet economy.
Or at some point he empties his gun, and then activates it, and then uses
Right.
it, right?
You'd have to if you knew something was coming, but it's just one of those. If there's a surprise combat, you use real bullets, or they're empty.
Yeah, like you empty 12 bullets.
It's
Okay.
like a normal combat's 13 bullets.
You
Yeah.
are firing guns, but you realize that you're not the only person in this battle of battles firing weapons, and goblins only nearby you come rushing to see what happened, but the drumming is loud. The goblins might actually be drumming, summoning, and fighting. Do you guys have any knowledge planes?
No.
Nope.
What about Drummy McRumgut?
And
He's got to know something.
do you guys have any outsider languages?
I do. Give me a sec. I've got a bunch.
Midwicks.
Yeah.
Goblins are calling out to something in the abyss.
Fucking hurry!
It's not good.
Well,
Are you
my life hasn't been good. Let's move.
Are you thirsty?
You have haste. Get it ready.
No.
Take. What good are you?
Robbers can fly.
Oh, good. Well, keep that up.
No, not drink fly yet.
Okay, there's a massive explosion and a bunch of goblins cheering. And the drumming continues. And you can actually hear them saying something. You speak Goblin, right?
Yeah.
Come to us! They're saying this in unison, or as much unison as goblins can.
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
Adorana does.
Come to us! Mistress of weapons! Come to us! The 6 that make 1!
Oh,
to
you
us!
bastard!
Let's go.
If Adam doesn't know about what's about to come up, he's about to shit his pants.
This is obviously a good sign. So
Bunch of goblins see you guys coming. Hexaloth comes!
Charge!
And you guys are charging and firing. No! Slobber's kind of just pounding into the nearest goblin he has. He gets really sticky and then sort of envelops a goblin and kind of crushes it until it's no longer, like, its head's not facing the right way and its arms are all broken backwards, and then it just lets it go.
No! No attack, no!
Slobber's also, let's see what he can do. He does not have bombs as an alchemist. He has something called breath weapon bomb. So he just basically burps out clouds of cones of fire. kind of out of any end he wants.
Yeah, that's cool.
Such a charming
very
creature.
So he roasts a bunch of goblins before Andorena goes and claws them to death or whatever she does.
Okay. Is there another map that we're going to, by the way?
Yeah, I'm gonna move you to a different map. 1 second.
Why did you want to do all of this in one game? This is awesome.
We fucked up the planning. That's how we did
This
it.
this is awesome.
Oh, it's
I need
about to
some
get
guns.
bad, dude. No, it's about to get bad.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
So bad it's good or bad?
what do you mean bad?
You reach
What do you mean?
deep. You fight your way, and it takes you about a half an hour to fight your way through throngs of goblins. You're running low on bullets. You guys are actually getting hurt. The walking keg has sort of lost most of his powers by this point in time. You hear several other explosions, like the goblins themselves are blowing up and in their way into Enclave. You can hear pitch fighting happen. By the time you reach the Enclave, you actually start to see goblins have their hands on more advanced weaponry. Like they've broken into one of the Enclave's vaults.
It's obviously a good sign that the goblins are alive and not hurt.
The goblins are grabbing muskets and using them themselves, but you see that they're bringing a bunch of weapons that maybe they don't know how to use and kind of putting them in a big pile. There is this ruddy light, like they not only exploded up into the Enclave, but down in to something deeper in the earth, and this reddish glow is coming up from it. Something coiled around the weapons rises up from it, as there are dozens and dozens of goblin heroes, we'll call them, musketeers and spellcasters, and they're all chanting hexa, hexa, hexa. Slobbers, being a monster, the two goblins and the dog, you almost like you're standing in a big ring of goblins looking at this coiled serpent or something rising up from the darkness. You hear a chilling voice. Yes. Yes. Long has it been that I have been forced to wield steel. And before that, iron. And before that, bronze. And I dimly remember an age when my followers gave me bone and stone. Now that I am free. The goblins are kind of piling up guns in front of her. Now that I am free, I can use the weapons of this age.
Can I throw some bombs on those weapons?
Yeah, you can just try to destroy the weapons if you want.
Just eight bombs
Is there a
around.
picture
Okay.
for lady pants?
Yes, she's rising out of the...
Smash weapons. Force. Using force.
Force is not an element.
It's not an element.
Oh, you are a Marilyn?
I don't see.
Hexa, hexa.
Oh, fuck.
That's
As-
way too many guns.
As Midwick,
Yeah.
as Midwick throws a bunch of his grenades, as many as he can, towards the pile of weapons, there's all sorts of explosions and things flying everywhere. Unfortunately, force doesn't ignite anything, so you don't ignite any of the powder. You just break a bunch of weapons that are there. All
Right.
eyes turn towards you, and there is a furious few moments as spells and alchemy and guns and fighting erupts. While the goblins and you, while you're trying to fight your way to this pile of weapons, this woman takes one of her swords and drops it behind her into the rift where the reddish glow is coming out of. She then looks at this weird, I don't know how to describe it, like a half moon, scythe blades, and just tosses it over her shoulder. She's got
Kopesh?
She's got too many arms. Well, look at the picture. Look at the thing that she's whatever the two blades.
That's a battler.
She takes this horrible mace and looks at it, and she smiles at it like she's remembering how many people were bashed open by it, or perhaps how she got it, and she lets it tumble behind her. Her spear goes, her wicked flail. I think that's all she's carrying. 1, 2.
This lady's chaotic, right?
Her hands begin to go down
I don't remember.
in front of her, and you can see a goblin runs up, and you manage to shoot that goblin, but another goblin comes running up with another weapon, and her hand seizes around it. And it is a human-sized revolver. She looks at it, and it begins to grow to her proper size. You can see fires lighting up inside of it. Fires that are in her eyes as well, the same reddish glow. Goblins are chanting, Hexa, Hexa, Hexaloth! As you are battling your way, you're trying to get to her. You're trying to deny. And a bunch of gnomes come rushing out. Counterattack, and there's a pitched battle all around her. You notice that one gnome comes up to her and like tries to aim his musket at her, and she just slaps him. Like she's fully dangerous even without a weapon in her hand. And the gnome goes tumbling into the reddish glow behind, screaming, cutting through the crowd. Another hand goes down and picks up another gun. Oh, it's another revolver. This one, the metal immediately turns black. Her eyes turn black with it. Hexa, Hexa, Hexaloth. She's grinning as she can see you fighting your way towards her. Are you trying to do anything to her?
Still weapons that she's grabbing?
Yeah, she's slowly kind of bonding with these weapons is the only way to describe it.
Throw a firebomb and try to ignite the powders. See if that'll do damage.
So there's an explosion. She actually raises a couple of her hands to shield herself from the explosion. The explosion doesn't seem to bother her too much, but you did ruin a bunch of weapons. This flash of hatred as she looks at you, you can tell that she's looking through your disguise. So, you are Midwick. Did you craft these?
Oh, fuck me, you too!
This is bad, this is bad!
Says Slobbers. When all of these creatures are dead, when I, how do I say it, shoot them all, you're going to make me more of these guns. You injure her. Give me a d20 roll. We'll say through the battle you get one shot, one parting shot at this Marilith.
20. Death crit. Head falls off. Come
2
on.
1s.
11.
Okay, give me a second.
Touch AC. Touch AC can't be that good.
My attack is plus...
Oh,
20?
Guns are ×4 crit weapons. We can't go to a god's plane and fight them if they have guns. That's just cheating.
plus 7, plus 28. 28 is what I rolled for touch. It's probably not enough.
No, she doesn't quite know about guns yet. So
She doesn't know how to protect.
she does have a couple spells up. Her touch AC right now is 25.
I hit her, hey,
So
once.
you actually hit her. Yep.
Bang!
Left him a mark. right in her cheek.
Roll damage.
Okay. Pew! I did it. I'm not really happy that I did it, because now she'll really remember me.
You made me bleed my own blood!
How dare you make me bleed my own blood? 22.
Okay, 22 becomes 12. Her eyes go wide, and one of her hands actually digs around in the wound a little bit, like she's curious about this. A third arm reaches down into the pile, and another revolver is lifted from it. The revolvers this decade were all the rage with the Imperials.
She hasn't picked up any of those laser guns?
No.
Okay.
I hope those got destroyed. I hope those got destroyed.
No, this is something that you remember. You put the finishing touches on because you have a quota of revolvers that you're supposed to create every month. Like, it's in the dozens, but apparently one of the boxes made its way to Hexaloth as the goblins are chanting. You notice that the bullet actually burrowed pretty far into her collarbone, and then her upper collarbone, because it's kind of weird when you've got 6 arms. But you can see the bullet coming back out. This little glint in the fire of what's going on, like her healing is pushing the bullet back out. Hexaloth. And then a bunch of goblins are on top of you, and you got to fight them off. As a 4th arm goes down into the pile, picks out another revolver, which grows. This one has all sorts of weird flashing runes around it, and whenever she moves this hand, it seems to move like so quickly that it looks like it's in 2 or 3 places at once.
Remember when I was telling you about the Reverend?
Oh, right now I've got Bangarang in my head. Bangarang.
This one goblin running has a advanced rifle in his hands.
Silly goblin, you don't know what the
Long
fuck you're doing
range?
with that.
Yeah. Hexaloth. He actually trips and it goes flying in the air. Her tail
So she's
wraps around it and pulls the gun in, kind of in front of her.
4 revolvers and a sniper rifle? That's what we're... Ahmed, what'd you do?
There's a minigun somewhere, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, actually, Naxor Naxim has been working on something that he's called
Got a gun of Gatling?
no, it's a mechanical
Aim to Midwick gun.
a mechanical hand-winched contraption.
A gun of
You
Gatling.
can actually hear it going off deep in the Enclave, like goblins have breached the Enclave. Hexaloth. She closes her eyes, and bullets just seem to rise up from the pile. All sorts of bullets, hundreds of them, start swirling around her head. Some of them going into little pouches, some of them just sort of like going across her sort of naked torso, forming a shirt of bullets. Others are flying into her weapons. There's this radiant white light behind you.
Her?
No, behind you.
Me?
Yep. The cavern that you came from, that you fought your way through, is now just this huge white gleaming light, and there's a silhouette inside.
Turn around.
What now?
You hear this weird sound coming from the white light.
Is it? What is it? That same guy?
You know the stuttering guy?
She starts firing, and it's like each individual arm is its own
Reverend.
fighter.
Well, at least when she's shot somebody 24, 30
There's just
times
one
or
gun
so,
that's just
reloading
firing,
takes a while.
That's just firing into the sky like she's enjoying this. You can see bullets just flying out from around her and going back into the guns as she's firing them. People all around you. She's firing at goblins. She's firing at gnomes. She's firing at Buttercup. She's firing at the goblin Adarana. A few shots at the walking keg. That's
What's going on over here?
as he's wandering into the light. Then her guns come in and aim towards you, Midwick.
Click, click.
There is a flurry.
Oh, yeah.
There's a flurry of fire that is exchanged. All you know is that you're getting hit as many times as the Reverend is. There's just too many bullets. Too many. Some of them are fiery. There's one that's just firing way too fast. Some of them that are shocking you. Just a flurry of bullets as you go flying back into the white light. Multiverse. Like, there's this weird noise of this old man who grabbed you, but it's hurting where he grabbed you. And he keeps on repeating multiverse like he's broken. And you're being pulled away from this place. You were pulled so fast that the bullets entered your skin, that entered your body, got left behind, ripping their way back out of the wounds that were created by the bullets themselves.
Dying thrice.
Don't worry, they'll stuffer them up with those spikes that are coming out of your boat.
There's some mad roller coaster ride of a journey as you are sliced through the plains themselves. You can hear slobbers going along beside you. You do not hear...
I try to grab him.
Right back.
You do not hear Adorena.
Mm.
Her screams as goblins are jumping all over her and her dog are left behind. You appear, still kind of screaming, and you've got bones stuck in you, and you're kind of hanging from the ceiling.
Why? Why?
The jaunt through the plains is causing your goblin body to start bubbling off, and you actually shed your goblin disguise, and you are Midwick. The one-armed gnome that is kind of stapled, half-grown into what looks like this big dragon, like the part of the wing that juts out, like one of its pauldrons almost. No, pauldrons the shoulders, but pinions. Sorry, one of the pinions of the wing is like right through your collarbone, and you've got like dragon ribs kind of growing into your ribs. There's the old man that seemed to be having a conniption or something, who's dead, who's similarly just hanging from these bones. He does not look like he's alive anymore, although he's not bleeding, which is really odd. And then beside you, two spots over, it is a flamboyantly dressed elf that seems to also be struggling in pain.
Why did you do this? Wait, what did you do, you bastard?
These two heavily armored primitive humans in chainmail with swords drawn. They've got blonde beards underneath these really uncomfortable looking hats, and they've got their swords half drawn as they're looking in to see what's going on. One of them stammers something in a language you don't understand.
I understand all communication spoken.
All right, Midwick, you don't understand this. The dead wizard, the dead old man beside you doesn't understand, but he says, "What is this? The gods have sent us new heroes. They look like they're in pain. We need to find a healer."
Calm yourself, gnome. Calm yourself. They seem to be on our side.
You're in good shape for someone who's impaled.
Slobbers is there. He's in a barrel. He's tipped upwards, but he doesn't seem to be active. Maybe he's sleeping, and there's like this drool kind of just running down, pooling around him. Maybe it's blood. No, he's not.
Tell them to heal them. Tell them to heal it. Tell them to heal it.
So there's lots of yelling and confusion, and I think we know how Midwick arrived.
Handed to him on a platter.
From Empirica, the imperial city of the Imperium.
So, we actually might not have to go to the Imperium because Psycho Bitch is gonna.
That place is gone.
Take it over. We just need to figure out what. I hope she's chaotic evil.
They ask Midwick, what happened? So, tell me, what happened to your world? Oh, my world? Oh, nothing. It's fine.
He just blocks it out.
We're good. We're good. We don't have to go there. We're fine. It's all good.
That was Midwick's backstory. Woo!
Midwick, you're
Being shit.
Just a broken, crying gnome.
He puts the gun. He's just like looking at the gun, like, no, not yet.
Oh, that's so dark.
well. So, do you want to like read the like? I'd like to. I wish we were recording the time when we were discussing this. Ahmed's like, I want my backstory to be like, my people are kind of like being taken over, but I'm on the run and I'm trying to get away.
No. This was awesome. Awesome. Loved it. Except for that. But hey, it's all good.
That's not how having your arm shot off works.
Yeah, well.
It's not just the hand goes connected right to the shoulder.
That's not how it works. Well, this is a prop I can do in like 2 seconds. Come on. That was awesome.
Poor Midwick. and he's not a good guy, is he?
He's not a nice man.
No, he's neutral. He's
Why are you beating us?
very realistic.
I don't want to know what's in the closet.
Exactly, when you're complaining about the slaves or whatever in the next room that were being beaten.
It's really hard to concentrate with
It's
him.
really hard to concentrate with all this noise. I was like, holy crap, he's not a nice guy. How dare you have these slaves? I'm like, okay, they're making noise while I'm doing my work.
All right, we will discipline them more strongly.
Right on.
Nope.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
And then slobbers.
What is this? What is it? I almost killed that guy.
So I have this little VC chat where I went troll because that's when I figured out what the hell it was, and then I wrote, "Oh my god!" a bunch of exclamation marks. Must stay out of the camera because I had this face of like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then I have this, "Oh brave hero! I know the way for you to stab." Ah! Hey DM, how come I ain't got no direction? I was like, he's just fucking blowing it up, okay? It's a weird tentacle monster. I understand, like, you...
The thing is, because it's a more rigid story where certain decisions make sense, but I kind of knew how, like in general, how you ended up there, right? How you ended up on Bosgard. You were never going to be able to get the Songate, no matter how you tried, or no matter how perfect your plan was. Like there was no way you were stepping through
the Songate.
And even if you did, even if you went, I said, okay, you stepped through. The place you would have gone would have been the bad place that you'd have to get yanked out of. So,
yeah.
So it was like, of course, we're playing a bunch of no-win situations, right?
Oh yeah,
for the backstories, but
it's Kobayashi Maru's as far as the eye can see.
because we knew that you'd get out of it, and just
end up impaled.
Well, there were a couple of things, like you could have rolled 20, and I could have rolled like a 1 on a death save or something like that, and maybe you didn't have to fight the big one. Or maybe you won initiative against the Reverend, and
you blew his dick off.
you shot him to all to hell. So
And then the Robo Reverend comes back after us.
Come on!
Reverend.
He's got 8. The guns are just built right into him.
All right. So do you guys want to start Aziz in hell?
Yeah.
Sure.
There's.
Do you have enough time, Adam, or are you? What time are we?
I mean,
He's good.
I don't know. I don't know how long you're expecting. If Azzy's going to be a 2-week thing, like.
Azzy will probably be a 2-week thing.
Yeah. So yeah, start it, and I mean, I am most interested in seeing how this goes out, and the flavor of it I think is going to be glorious.
2-week thing. So hold on. So next week, so the 27th and the 3rd, right?
This week and then the 27th.
Okay. So after that, I have a week, and then I'm gone.
I have to switch maps. Actually, I have to save the map, and I'm just going to create a new one.
Okay.
Yes. Because.
Why did I make weapons? Ah! Oh yeah, they're cool.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I remember. Because weapons are badass. I'm a cool guy. I don't look at explosions or nothing.
Basically, he has bandoliers of bombs, and he just goes like he's got 2 lines. One's got the bombs, one's got the pins. It goes ding 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 ding. Boom 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 boom.
Scoobity boobity boobity boo.
Oh,
So
beaten.
Yeah, the 3 brothers. The 3 brothers. You could have fought the 3 brothers. You could have fought the Empire Patrol. You could have just called on guards in the street. The whole way there was options for things to go sideways.
I tried to play as safe as possible. Things are gonna go bad no matter what.
Okay, so
It was good. That was awesome.
with your permission, guys, I'm going to have a beer while I'm doing this part of the episode.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go and get some baby perfume.
Yeah, right. I remember.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
It's gonna be new man.
This episode, or this part of the story, is going to be a different style. I don't have a lot of miniatures and combat planned. I've got a lot of description and interactions planned.
Okay. Sorry. I should have moved my ass earlier. 2 minutes.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, we can wait. I normally don't like drinking while playing game, but
It's the May 2-4.
oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Mark, so this was my prep this week. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, is that all?
This was me, exploring Seattle because I moved into the city, and I had paper. So we need an Azildan token. So Azildan, I kind of like we've had a discussion about where you kind of want to bring your character,
Yes.
but I think this adventure is about how Azildan struggles against it.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to be.
No. This is
The outcome.
a choice
Yeah.
he made. It's something that was forced on him.
Yep.
It was like this or worse.
So I'm going to use Azildan's old token for
Okay.
this adventure. Not that I've got lots of characters set up. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. Shirast, how you doing? You tuned in just in time, buddy. We're gonna start Azildan's Azildan in Hell. We just finished Midwick's backstory. Last week it was Donovan's backstory, and then or last week was Midwick's as well, and the week before that was Donovan's. If you recall, Uker, Altagar, and Lemio had tracked down Baldur's bottle. They had held the power of Baldur's bottle within Uker's lungs for, I think, 10 minutes. And basically used its true resurrection powers to bring Azildan back. Now, there was a period of time between Azildan the vampire dying and them blowing life back into Azildan, where his soul was kind of in limbo. It should have been sent to oblivion, because when intelligent undead, their souls die, they don't get to go to the hells normally. But for some reason, Azildan's soul did go on a journey. And the place that it went to, we shall find out tonight.
I hope it went someplace nice.
Well, it's green. It can't be that bad.
Are you ready, Mark?
Yep.
Almost there.
The hell is that?
You hear its toll over the waning nightmare. You're covered in sweat. Boop, boop. The once neat, clean sheets are now wrapped around you, your legs and torsos tangled up into it due to the thrashing in your sleep. Boop, boop. The device next to you beeps with a muted urgency. A little red light flickers with the beat of the tone. The only other light in the room is coming from a silent picture box. A red-skinned man in a tuxedo is trying to sell Sunny Time Hellscreen, TM, which he claims will keep the hell sun rays at bay and protect your skin. It comes in a new coconut scent or the original Death Mountain smell. By Bazragor Corp. The screen then fills with an endless scrolling of disclaimers, too fast to read for its entirety, let alone comprehend everything that is said. You do catch some of the words. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Boop, boop.
33. 41. Or, sorry, 44.
Symptoms may include cancer, demonic cancer, spontaneous combustion, permanent odoriferous scent, and body odor. And then some legalese that makes your head spin. You feel like you're about to get sick.
Okay.
Instinctively, you seem to run to a smaller room off of the edge of this big room. This room has cold tiles beneath your feet. You seem to know that this one bowl is for getting sick in. You begin to retch and retch. Blood and rotten leaves. Like you had a belly full of it.
Okay.
The beeping has stopped, at least. But then it starts again. Boop, boop.
Okay, what's beeping?
Boop, boop. Okay, you wipe a bit of the sick from you, and you stumble naked into the next room. You can see that there are two beds. The one that you slept in, blankets or the sheets still kind of wrapped around one of your legs as you dash towards the washroom. The other bed, also a single bed. It's equal. It takes up an equal portion of the room itself, and it's already made. Blankets tucked in with perfect care. There are drapes that are disguising a bit of harsh light coming from outside, sort of a reddish, ruddy glow. Of course, the dancing lights from the picture box. There's something beside the bed that's beeping.
He examines it.
Okay. You reach for the device and kind of knock the receiver from its rest. You hear a tiny voice coming from one end of this weird device. Sir, this is your wake-up call.
Who's in there?
Sir, this is your third wake-up call. This is the last time I'm going to call.
Are you trapped in there? Do you need help?
Sir? You eventually get down and you can hear the voice.
Hello?
Also, you have a package delivery. Expect the delivery man now.
Thanks. If you want out of this strange thing, you ring me back. And he hangs up.
Okay, you put the receiver back down. The knock on the door was suspiciously well timed with her saying that the package
now.
arrived.
Okay, is there a little hole in the door?
Yeah, there's a little hole that leads out into this greenish light you can just see through the doorway itself.
Okay, okay. He kind of looks through the hole.
All right, you see the top of some hat and like a wrinkled sweating forehead. This person must be really short.
Oh, it's another gnome. He opens up the door.
Okay, you fumble with the door, and it's kind of like a doorknob, and then you sort of wrench it open, and there's a chain that... the door seems incredibly flimsy. There was a little locking device that it wasn't too hard for you to handle, and whoever thinks that this little chain is going to keep you safe is out of their mind.
This is just ridiculous. Just a moment. He fumbles with the chain till he gets it off, and...
Okay. You open up the
Finally
door,
gets
there's this little sweating goblin of a man. Ruddy skin. Goblin-like features. He's in a neat but tight, but slightly ridiculous servant's uniform. He's waiting at the door with a wide, flat panel parcel in his hands.
Is that my package?
Yes, son. It's for you.
He bends down and picks it up.
Okay. He seemed to struggle with the guy a little bit. Like, he doesn't want to let it go. You notice that he doesn't clean his fingernails, like they're kind of digging into the package. He's sweating profusely.
Where do you want me to put
I
it?
sweat. Fine. I'll put it on the clean bed there.
Okay, he skitters into the room like he has no problem with the dim light of the place, and he goes and he puts the package down and then stands up and then stands like this with his hand out.
And Azildan shakes his hand. Thank you for your service.
After a few awkward moments of him like looking at his hand like something went wrong, like he's staring at it, you scan the room and your eyes are starting to finally adjust. You don't think you have any money. In fact, you're wondering where your clothes are. And that thing that you used to really like. Bent piece of wood with a string.
Banjo.
Your head is starting to fill with things. Like you're recognizing the names of the objects in the room. And you know what they're for. You know how to operate the strange picture box. You know that there are other things to watch on there.
Oh, that's fun. Oh,
After a few awkward moments, he pulls his hand away, mutters something, and then leaves.
He begins looking for his clothes.
The servant didn't even close the door behind him. There's just this weird green hallway outside. Really worn carpet. You can see that there's a door across from you. It's got some like brass trim on it that might have once been nice. There's a slight buzzing noise. You think it's from the light.
Oh,
You still
Okay.
feel horrible. Like you,
All right.
you maybe have another liter of blood and leaves inside of you.
all right. He closes the door to the hallway.
Okay, do you look out into the hallway?
Yeah, he looks like side to side.
Oh, one of those vertigo feelings as you look down this hallway with an impossibly large number of rooms, and the hallway kind of bends longer as you're looking at it. It's just endless, nondescript doors with numbers on them and little peepholes.
Oh, okay, he's far too sick.
You thought you heard muffled voices, maybe some talking from the boxes or other things, maybe the voices through the telephone, as the word finally comes to your mind. You know that the woman is not trapped inside the box. She's on another telephone somewhere else, probably in the building.
Right.
Okay, you get dizzy. You're about to
Yeah,
get sick again.
he closes the door.
Okay.
He takes a couple minutes.
Okay, there's a sign on the back of the door that says, in an emergency, follow these instructions, and then the writing gets really, really, really small the further it goes. Like there are more and more instructions that are impossibly small in writing.
Okay. All right. He once he can't read anymore, he's like, "Oh, I'm just getting sicker." He goes to the toilet and just.
Yeah, you didn't get past a few disclaimers. How, if anything did happen to you, that we've provided necessary instructions below that are sufficient enough to hold up in a second-level court.
Blah 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 blah.
Debate a lawful character.
And he goes and sits in front of the toilet till he's pretty sure he's not going to throw up.
Do you flick on the light?
Yes, he flicks on the light.
Okay, you go on the light. Everything at one point might have been nice, but it's kind of run down. And it's got a lot of like that little grout between the tiles, like stuff that's impossible to try to get out. The faucets are really old. There's an old grimy piece of soap that is like split down the middle with like a black line. The towels are kind of ratty, but they're at least neatly hanging on the rack, and you can see that there is a tub with weird yellow stains and a kind of hanging shower. You can see where you got sick. You forgot to flush, you realize, and there's just this horrible mass of leaves and blood that has been splattered across the white porcelain toilet.
Okay.
You get the sense that everything here is clean, orderly, but really old. You're in some rundown, the word comes to you, hotel.
Okay.
You easily get sick again. The leaves harsh against your throat. The blood, a strange taste in your mouth, but yet familiar. Kind of reminds you of the nightmare you were having.
Okay, this time he makes sure he flushes.
Okay. There's a strange cardboard roll that's on this little hanger in front of the toilet. It only has a couple of squares of paper left on it, like 2.
Alright, well he's going to save those for later. And he'll just run some water from the sink and wash his mouth out.
Okay, the water has a strange taste to it. Like just a little bit too much sulfur.
Okay, well, he spits it out, obviously.
Yep.
Alright, he starts looking for clothes.
You see the mirror. The mirror is scratched. It looks like somebody at one point in time scratched the mirror with their own fingernails. You see yourself. You look thin. You got a little bit sick as your hair kind of got pulled against the side of your face. You've got bedhead.
Ugh. Alright, okay, he kind of runs his hands under the sulfury water and wipes and cleans himself up a little bit.
Okay, you turn back to the much more interesting room. You see that there's the bed that you slept in. There's a bed that isn't made that is equal size. It kind of looks sad in that, it's a single size bed alone. It reminds you that you are alone. There's an alarm clock that is flickering 12:00.
Okay.
There is the weird telephone with the cord. The blinking light on it is no longer blinking. There's the television. There's a thick remote control that controls the television. There's a small bar fridge that kicks in. You can hear it running kind of loudly in the background. And then, of course, the package that was delivered lying on the neat bed.
Okay, I guess he's gonna try and open the package.
Yeah, the package opens with a slight tug. Inside is a dapper-looking suit and attire, and a nice pair of black dress shoes. There are slacks, a jacket, button shirt, a belt, a fresh pair of underwear in plastic, and a black pair of socks also in plastic.
Well, isn't that convenient? Okay, he unwraps it all and...
You realize you smell really gross.
Best have a shower. He does not get in the shower until he sees what kind of water comes out of this thing, though.
Okay. The shower makes this loud noise before it turns on. Yeah, probably best you didn't get the sort of the rusty water at first, but then it starts to heat up. The water still has that strange sulfury smell, but seems to not burn your skin.
Okay, he showers up with the crappy soap and the sulfury water.
There seems to be only like super cold water or super warm water. There doesn't seem to be anything in the middle. It's a very hot shower.
Okay. Bird bath.
So Azildan takes the bath and washes some of the ick from him. It opens super pores, and you actually feel somewhat refreshed after this strange shower.
Okay.
It makes this angry noise when you turn it off, and then this really annoying dripping noise that you can't seem to solve.
All right. He's gonna put the suit on.
Okay. The suit is perfect fitting. Almost as if the clothes were tailored specifically for you and your form. The shoes are new. They bite into your feet a little bit. They're not made for running. And there was a brief moment where you thought about running through the forest, and then the thought kind of flies away.
That's for hippies. Okay. All right. Does he have a wallet or anything?
You look around for some personal effects. You're like, where's my wallet? You almost wanted to call it a money pouch for a second. And then you think of a few other things that you own. Your holy symbol. Your pipe.
Why do I own these things?
A strange token with weird runes on them.
Okay.
You don't see any of these things in the room. You do look around for them. There's a little drawer beside the bed. You open that up, and there's a small black book inside.
What is the book?
It says, "You are the most important being in the multiverse."
Why, thank you.
Yeah, you kind of open up the book and you see that.
Yeah.
The writing almost like moved into a shape where you could read it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, at least it won't make me sad. Alright, I'll take that for some reading later.
Okay, so you take the small black book from it? Okay.
Yep. Puts it in his pocket.
Sure, you've gotten dressed up in this dapper suit, and you kind of cram the book into the side pocket. You know that the TV box makes noise. You realize that it's the volume is just up a little bit.
Tries to turn it down.
Okay, you turn it all the way down so that it's muted.
Yep.
There's some fat lady who's crying, and there's a bunch of people pointing at her and yelling.
Okay.
Fatty, fatty, fatty.
This week on Yelling at Fat People. He tries to leave the room again.
Okay, you take a step up into the hallway.
No. He opens the door and
he
sticks
opens
his
the door.
head out again.
Okay, yeah, it does this. Well, it's almost like it's growing.
Oh.
Contracting.
Okay. And the other direction's the same thing?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't look right last time. There's too many doors. There's too many. You actually hear shouting behind one and maybe some crying behind another. It could be talking boxes. It could be people.
Okay, he closes the door again, and this time goes to his window and opens the curtains.
Okay, so the curtains